Hello, hello. Hey everyone, it's Tiffany Lanier. We're going to get started in just a moment. It is 12 where I am Mountain Time here in Denver. And I know people, I hope you can hear me first and foremost. That always happens. And I'm realizing right now that my mic isn't even in. So please hold. Okay. Let me put my microphone here. So now I believe you can hear me. There should be a chat box. If you are on with me live from my website, there's a chat box there. And let me know if you can hear me so that I know you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So all I can do is hope if I don't know that you can hear me. Awesome. Hey everyone, I see you on there. Can you let me know that you can hear me in the chat box, please? Just say you're good to go. I'm not sure why I can't see you in my chat box. It's a funny thing about technology. It is so awesome to be able to utilize all these amazing tools that we have at our fingertips by having the internet, and then also know that everything could go wrong when you're live, but I believe you can hear me. I'll go ahead and refresh this page. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Michelle. Appreciate it. All right, so we are going to get started. It is New Year's Eve. How exciting. This is the last day of 2014. I hope you all had an amazing year this year, but I know many of us are looking forward to diving into a brand new year, new goals, new things we want to accomplish, and just really kicking butt in the new year. And that's what this hangout is really all about. So I'm going to be going into really how to have that quantum leap that you want in your business. And for many of us, our business and our life, they go hand in hand. So how to have that quantum leap in your life and business, and what are the steps to take that you need in order to do that. And so we're going to really dig a little bit deeper into some cool things that I'm going to have you thinking about in just a moment. But then we're going to also talk about productivity, things we need to let go of, and the fears that may be holding us back from really achieving what we want, and how we need to deal with them in order to have everything that we're looking for in 2015. I hope that sounds great to you. I'm going to be in and out of PowerPoint. It probably from this point forward, you won't see my face until the end, but just know that this hangout is going to be very interactive. So I have a worksheet for you. If you are on my site, you'll see on the page where it says download this worksheet. Make sure you do that. Either download it and have it printed out, or have a notepad and everything ready to go. How does that sound? And then I'm going to be going through the worksheet and giving you a moment to fill it out as well. So hold on one second. I'll be right back because I forgot something. And yeah, give me 1 minute. All right. Thank you. I apologize for that. I had my notes here so that I can go over them with you and totally left them at the printer. So we're going to get started right now. Let me do my screen share thing. And I'm going to be coming back to this page to answer your questions. So if you have any questions as we're going through the worksheet, ask me them, and I'm going to try to answer those questions while I'm live on the air, okay? All right, share my screen. Okay, so let me, hold on one second. Because if I do that, I cannot see your questions. So I'll just go in and out. That's what I'll do. Sorry for that. Here we go. So many of you who are on this hangout with me today, you're a part of my tribe already. I didn't really promote this heavy to any new people. Either you follow me via social media or you're on my email list. And so you got the invitation to hang out with me this New Year's Eve to really go over this quantum leap and how to leap into 2015 the right way. So I'm not going to get too deep into who I am in my story. Many of you probably already know who I am in my story, but just in case you are new to me and you're just joining me live today, my name is Tiffany Lanier. I'm a business coach and online marketing strategist. I'm the founder of livewithtiffany.com, as well as the program Ignite Your Vision, which is an online business accelerator program. I have been in the online marketing world for a little over 4 years. I started out as an online marketing strategist for a small startup company back in 2010. And I started venturing out on my own about 2.5 years ago when I became a freelance marketer for small businesses and entrepreneurs. And just this year did I decide to really start building my personal brand and deciding to be a online business coach as well. So that's a little bit of my brief history. If you want to know more about who I am and everything that I'm about, on the Live with Tiffany website, you can go to the About section and hit Tiffany, and you'll get my whole little life story. Okay, so I'll let you go ahead and do that there. So I wanted to briefly also make a few announcements. This webinar, or it's not really a webinar, but this hangout is really all about you, but I wanted to give all of you who are part of my tribe a heads up on some of my business plans and objectives for 2015. I am in the process of launching my Ignite Your Vision program, which is an online business accelerator program for entrepreneurs who are primarily the face of their business, or they're looking to create a brand in the online space. Now, many of you may know I am pregnant and expecting my first child in March. So I've decided over the next 3 to 6 months that I'm only going to be working with a handful of individuals. So even within my Ignite Your Vision program, it's a group coaching program, but I'm only going to be working with up to 10 people who are really ready to run and hit this out of the park over the next 6 months and building their business online, and really creating a lifestyle and business that they want, deserve, that makes the money that they desire, as well as package their expertise to sell and really learn how to market themselves online like a pro. So I'm only going to be working with up to 10 group coaching students and only a handful of one-on-one clients, both in Ignite Your Vision as well as my other coaching packages that I offer. So if Ignite Your Vision is something that you think may resonate with you, I'm not telling you too much about it because we are going to be in launch next week. You can head over to igniteyourvision.net and get on the wait list, okay? Because if you're on the wait list, I'm going to be sending out an email this weekend or no later than Monday, really giving you an early bird enrollment as well as some great offers for those who are on the wait list. After that, you'll be able to learn more about Ignite Your Vision once you sign up for the wait list. And once we go into launch, it'll be at regular price. So just know that. If you know that you're an entrepreneur that's the face of their business, really trying to expand in the online space, and know that coaching and training and learning the ins and outs of how to build your business online is something that is of interest to you, I advise you to get on the wait list for the winter session. All right, so I wanted to briefly get that out of the way, because from this point forward, it is all about you and really creating that quantum leap in your business. All right, let's get to it. So, in order to reach your 2015 goals, we have to take some major leaps in our business now. You know, obviously today's the last day of 2014, and you don't have to wait till tomorrow to get started on some of the things that we're going to be talking about here today. And also keep in mind that every day can be New Year's, okay? You don't have to wait till January 1st to start anew and to make some new life decisions or business decisions. Every day you wake up is an opportunity for you to create and to grow and to really start living the life that you want to live. So don't always wait till January 1st. But now that we are here, I want to ask you a couple of questions. And it's really just to see where you are. I've done this workshop live and in person here in Denver. And so usually I'm able to see your face and interact with you. But because I can't see you, I'm just going to ask some hypothetical questions, and you are more than welcome to answer those questions in the chat box so that I can see some of your responses, okay? So, how many of you feel like you've reached all of your goals that you set out to do this year? Like you, last year around this time, you created a list of goals and you reached every single last one of them. I'm going to escape here for a moment so that I can see the chat box. How many of you feel that way? If you can answer in the box. Trying to see any of those. If you are on my page and you are in the chat box, you can answer some of these questions. How many of you feel like you've reached your goals that you set out to do this year? All right, the next question is, how many of you feel like you have got some serious work to do, that you know that you did have some goals, you might have reached one or two, but this year is the year for you to reach those goals? And this can be hypothetically speaking. And who's happy with where you are in your business right now? Ask yourself that. Am I happy where I am in my business right now? If the answer is yes, that's great, because then you can only really, well, whether it's yes or no, you can only go up from here. But if the answer is no, we're going to really dig a little bit deeper on why you may not be happy with where your business is right now. And are you feeling stuck with where you are? Do you feel that there's more to be seen, more that you can do, but you're just not doing it and you're not really sure why? And then, are you at a place that you truly understand that with a little guidance and tweaking, that you'll be set and ready to conquer? So you know that you may be holding yourself back, but if you could just get that guidance that you need, you could be in a position to conquer in 2015. And how many of you are not even sure of anything at this exact moment, but you're excited to be here right now and ready to learn and grow? If you're excited about 2015, please write in the chat box below, I'm excited and pumped to conquer 2015. All right, I'm seeing some of your responses here below from some of the questions that I asked. Okay. I totally understand if you're not, where you want to be with your goals just yet. Some of you have too many ideas, not enough time to accomplish them. All right, so that's what we're going to be working on today. If you are pumped and excited, let's get to it. And I'm really sorry for the delay in my response because I have to refresh the chat page every time I want to see what you guys are talking about. But great. All right. So we are back. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. Let me go back into the PowerPoint and get to it. Hopefully you guys see what I'm seeing. Okay. So here we go. What is a quantum leap? And I just want to make sure because for some reason this is not working out how I want it to. Hold on. Stopping screen share. Sorry, guys. Technology will surely take some time. So let me make sure. And here we go. Okay. So let's get into a quantum leap. What is a quantum leap? Well, by the dictionary, it is a very large improvement or development in something. It is you really making a 0 to 180 in your life and business and feeling that momentum. And that's what we want to do for you in the next 60 to 90 days, is give you that quantum leap in where you are. So as we approach the first quarter of the year, it is time to have your ducks in a row, right? And it's because this quarter will ultimately set you up for 2015. I don't know if you've been seeing lately all those different memes, but it says if you haven't started planning 2015, you're already late. And that was going around this whole fourth quarter. And I've been planning my 2015 since probably September or October. But if you're still in that planning phase, getting your ducks in a row over the next couple of weeks and really conquering the first quarter is going to set you up for success for the rest of the year. So one of my favorite video marketers, a few months ago, he wrote an email about making a quantum leap in your business. And this is where I got the idea to even put together this type of workshop. And he laid out a simple 6-step formula that I want to share with you today. I thought it was so great that there's no reason why I should reinvent the wheel when he laid it out just fine. And so I'm going to use his strategies and kind of go through them with you today. So the very first one, and this is on your worksheet as well, is I want you to pick a theme for what you want to accomplish and use a quote to narrate it, okay? So the first step in creating a quantum leap in your business is to really theme your 2015. What do you want 2015 to look and feel like, right? So what is that one word, that one quote that you want 2015 to represent for you? I have a quote below, and that's a quote that I'm using for 2015, which is live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite quotes because it is a mental thing, right? Many of us feel that when things happen and it happens to us in a bad way, that then we have bad luck and then everything is just gonna suck. And that might not necessarily be the case. And so when it comes to me and my business for 2015, my thought is everything is rigged in my favor. So as I launch my new program, as I talk to my new VIP clients, people who are coming in to work with me over the next 3 to 6 months, I have my first speaking engagement in January, and I have a retreat coming up in February. With all of those things happening, and even though I'm pregnant and due in March, I am going to make sure that everything that I do and touch is rigged in my favor. And that's the mentality that I have going into any project that I am doing in 2015. So, what does that quote look like for you? I want you to take a moment to think about that. If you don't have a quote and you need to go do some research on different quotes to see what resonates with you for your theme of this year, write down one word that will represent 2015 for you. So take a moment and write down that word. And if you have that word in mind, please put it in the chat box. I'll give everyone a moment to think of that one word or that sentence or that quote. If you have that word for me, go ahead and put it in the chat box. I would love to see it. Okay. I don't know why that keeps happening every time. Okay. So, number one to having your quantum leap is picking your theme for the year. Step two, I want you to pick your magic number. And what I mean by picking your magic number is we're going to talk about money. How much money do you want to make in 2015? Be honest with yourself. It could be a lofty goal, a really high number, but I want you to think of the number that you really want to make, whether that is $50,000 this year from your business, $100,000, $250,000, or more than that. How much money do you want to make in your business in 2015? This is your magic number. You can even break that down into your monthly income goals. 5K a month, 10K a month, 15K a month. What does that look like for you? It's important for us to know our numbers because then we know what we are working towards, right? So if you don't really have a number in mind, you're just going to be out there hustling, trying to get whatever comes to mind, but you have no end result and no end goal. And so I want you to pick that magic number, and you can write that number down on your worksheet or in your notebook now. So now that you have that number in your head, that $100,000 for next year, whatever that number may be, I want you to take the money out of it. And so you may be thinking, well, why am I taking the money out of it? Well, it's important for you to break it down, right? You can't make $100,000 out of thin air if you don't have something that you are promoting and marketing, an offer that allows you to make that kind of money. So when you take the money out and you really break it down, how many clients or customers do you need to make the money that you're looking to make next year? How many clients, how many customers, how many programs or products do you have to sell in order for you to reach that goal? If you're looking to make $100,000 next year and you're a coach or a consultant, you're in the service-based industry, you only need 8 to 10 clients a month at about $1,000 a month to reach over that goal. So it doesn't even have to be this huge, lofty number of people that you need in order to make your business work for you and where you want to go with it. But it's really important to break that down and think about how many of everything do I need? If you don't yet have a program or product, you might want to start brainstorming that, right? So it's important that you have your services in place in order for people to be able to work with you. You know, it's one thing to be visible, and it's important to be visible and to be seen, and that's where the marketing stuff comes into play. But if no one knows who you are, they can't buy from you, right? And I always say that when it comes to marketing. If no one knows who you are, they can't buy your products and services in order to help you also make the kind of money you want and help them have the shift and transformation that they need in their lives. But if you don't know what you're selling, if you don't know what your product line is going to be, if you don't know what programs you're trying to create for the year, there's no way that you can meet those income goals. So you have to get really clear on what it is you want and what those objectives look like and how to package them. And that's something that we really focus on a lot in Ignite Your Vision, is how to package your expertise to sell so that you create a business model that allows you to make the kind of money that you want to make so that you're reaching those goals. All right. So I hope you guys started jotting some ideas down, even if you don't have that down just yet. So number 4 is for you to set a goal, right? So how many customers or clients or program launches do you need to have in order to reach your income goals, but by when? You don't want to just say, I want to make $100,000 in 2015. You want to say, well, how much do I want to make in quarter 1, in quarter 2, in quarter 3, in quarter 4? And how am I going to reach that? So by when do you need to reach your first goal? Whether that is to make your first $5,000 in your business or have your first $10,000 month. When do you want to do that by? And set a date and claim it. I told you on this particular hangout, we're going to be fearless, right? We're going to set some fearless intentions in order to achieve what we want. And it's really allowing yourself to dig a little bit deeper and set some of these goals so that you give yourself some deadlines and timelines in order to make it happen. So what is your goal? Set a goal for yourself and then create a date. And I want you to date it because I want you to come back to this 60 to 90 days from now and see if you made that happen in the date that you wanted it to be by. All right, number 5. I want you to identify what you need to do to accomplish the goal, right? So now if you're like, by February 28th, the end of February, I'm going to have my first service done and out, and I would have gotten 3 clients to be in it, and this is how much money I'm going to make. Okay, awesome. So now it's, what do you need to do to accomplish that? What strategies do you need to put in place in order to make that happen? Do you need to learn a new tool in order for you to accomplish this goal? Do you need to be in a training program that teaches you something that you don't already know, but you know it will take you to the next level? Do you need to have a mentor or a coach or someone to sit down with you, even if it's for an hour or 2, and really hash out some of the things that you need to achieve what you want? So take a moment and identify what you need to do in order to accomplish this goal. I hope you guys are writing and participating. This is an interactive hangout, so I want you to take this time today. This is 2014, it's your last day, so you should be really thinking about this stuff, because tomorrow it's a brand new year and you are going to be ready to go. Take a moment and check on any comments that we may have gotten. Oh, I like some of your words and your themes. Transparency, either you run the day or the day runs you. Move that mountain. That's awesome. Thanks for contributing, guys. Okay. So we'll go back into the slideshow. I always have to go back. So let's get into number 6, okay? So number 6 is to visualize it. This is the final step of the quantum leap. So the very first thing, we'll do a little recap. The very first step was for you to pick your theme for 2015. What is that quote, that word that resonates with you, and what your year is going to look like? Step 2 was to pick your magic number. How much money do you want to make in your business? Pick it, claim it, focus on it. And then step 3 was to take the money out and really dig deep on how to break that down into actual clients, customers, products, and services. And how many of those things do you need to sell in order to reach your income goals? Number 4 was for you to set a goal. Not just a goal for the year, but to set a goal and put a date to it, claim it, and work towards it. And step 5 was for you to identify what you need to accomplish that goal. What do you need to get things done? Is that a launch that you need to do, a special promotion, maybe talks, webinars? Get really specific in your goals. All right, and number 6 is to visualize it. I don't know how many of you use visualization now as a part of your goal setting, but just know that it is so important. And I don't want to sound all woo-woo on you, but the visualizations are necessary when working to achieve your goals. If you really want something, you need to be obsessed with it, right? You need to think about it, dream about it, go to sleep thinking about it, waking up thinking about it. And that level of obsession is a part of the visualization process. And you have to first believe it, believe what you want, and know that it's possible to actually see it come to life. I always tell people this, that if you don't believe it yourself, why should other people believe in you or believe in that vision and that dream that you want to achieve? So make sure you spend some time really visualizing. That's what the vision boards are for, so that you kind of map out your years or your life or your months, and you can see it every single day, so that when you wake up in the morning, you are working towards something bigger than you. So on the days that really it sucks, there will be days as an entrepreneur that you don't feel like doing what you need to do, that you wonder if what you're doing is right, if you should just go get a job. There's all these doubts and fears that creep up on us as entrepreneurs. But if you always keep that why and that that visual of that bigger vision of what you want to achieve in that business, in your life, you will work towards it. And that drive in you will push you forward. So allow the visualization process to occur every single night before you go to sleep. Visualize what 2015 looks like for you and work towards it every single day. And I want you to ask yourself right now, before we move into some of the next sections, is how bad do you want it, right? How bad do you want to achieve your goals and your vision? And what are you willing to do that you've never done before to reach your goals? Think about it. There's a lot of things that we don't do that we know we need to do in order to achieve what we want, but we put it on the back burner. So right now, I want you to take a moment and think, what is it that I need to do that I've never done before? So this is usually you stepping outside of your comfort zone in order to reach your goals. What does that look like? Also know that visualizing is not enough, all right? Because some people don't visualize at all, but there's others who just visualize only. And all they do is think about what they want to do and what they want to accomplish. But with visualization has to come massive action. Massive. And not just massive action, but massive consistent action. And that's action that you want to put into what you're doing every single day. from wherever you are. So it doesn't matter if you're full-time in your business, if you're part-time in your business, if you're just getting started, you have to take massive action in reaching your goals. Because if you're not, you are stagnating yourself. And you're not going to see your achievement happen by that claimant date, by that goal date, if you're not taking action every single day and working on the one thing that you need to do in order to see results. So know that visualization is not enough, but it's a part of the goal setting process and really reaching for what you want. So at this time, I want us to get real with our goals, okay? So get real with why you're even doing what you're doing. Of course, many of us do what we do because we want to make money, right? We want to make money to be able to pay our bills, to be able to travel, to be able to do all kinds of different things. But what are you really working towards? Because you can make money doing a lot of things. You can make money at a job. You can make money doing side gigs. You can make money from a lot of stuff. So in order to really put that effort in and to build a business that you love, that you want, what are you working towards? And I have a couple of options here. And I want you to think, and I want you to write it down too, so that you know what you're working towards. Is it freedom? Many of us work for freedom, which is interesting, right? That we work really, really hard to be free. We might pull all-nighters, we might, we're learning a ton of things, but we're working towards freedom. Because working for yourself allows you to build your dream and not someone else's, right? And eventually, once you put in that work and put in that effort, that everything that you do is for you and your family. So that freedom that you may want is financial freedom. Not only just making enough money to pay your bills, but making enough money to pay your bills, to travel the world, to be able to, volunteer, to be able to give to charities, to be able to give your family and your friends a life that they've never had before. What does that freedom look like? Or maybe it's simply enough money to give you the freedom to do what you want when you want to do it. The freedom to work from home, or the freedom to work simply from your laptop is how I like to look at it, the work from wherever, whether that's a coffee shop here locally in your hometown or a coffee shop halfway around the world. What does freedom look like to you? And how do you want to achieve that? B, significance. Maybe you're working towards being significant, and that's relative. Significance in the sense of being a leader, feeling important, having people look to you as a thought leader or someone that is doing big things. You want to have that significance in your business and in your goals, right? Is that something that you're working towards? Maybe it's C, your craft. Whether that's a creative craft that you actually make things like paintings and design clothes, or you're a stylist, or you're a writer, you're a speaker, an author. What is that craft? Is that what you're working towards? Just to have that moment be fulfilled, that every single day you're allowed to do what you ultimately want to do and you make money from it, right? Which is the dream. That's what everybody wants, to wake up every day working towards what they love to do, doing what they love to do, and making what they need to make from it and more. So is it your craft? Or maybe it's D, contribution. You want to contribute to the world, have a bigger impact. That's always been so important to me, is to have a bigger impact on the world by what I do every day. And that's, for me, it's coming back from even my high school and my college days, where I used to volunteer. I've started organizations, I've done youth programming, worked with nonprofits. It's always been about contribution. And now it's about helping others, entrepreneurs and visionaries who want to learn what I know, online marketing and building business, who want to learn what I know so that I can help them change their world. And to me, that's still a part of contributing. So is contributing a big factor for you? So just think about those, and it may not be just one, right? It's probably all of them to some capacity, but one of them really drives you, and think about which one that is. All right, so now we're going to define your rituals, because you are defined by your rituals. Every single day you do something in a certain way, and that defines you and who you are. So what do you need to do to get in the habit of actualizing your dreams and goals based on your rituals? What are those daily actions that you need to do in order to create new rituals for you to reach your dreams and really, really get them done? Only you know that. But think about it. Do you read every day? Right? Do you read for 30 minutes a day? I try really hard. Sometimes I don't, but it's something that I continue to strive for, and just take 30 minutes to an hour every day to simply read as a part of my personal development and growth. Because if I am doing that ritual, it's surely helping me grow to some capacity, right? Am I meditating? Am I working on the few things that really help me make money in my business versus wasting a lot of time doing things that don't really matter? And we'll get into that in a second. But what do you need to be in the habit of doing daily in order to actualize your dreams and goals? And I want you to think about that and write that down. I'll give you just a moment to think about some rituals. Okay, so the next thing is for you to decide what you won't give up on, right? In 2015, you need to make a decision that you will not give up on yourself, on your dreams, your visions, your goals. So in order to not give up, you need to disregard the skepticism, that doubt, that self-doubt that you may have, those self-limiting beliefs that might take over you. You need to get rid of that. People who make you feel inferior or don't believe in what you're trying to do, don't encourage you. You either need to get rid of them or not share with them what you're doing and what you're about. And any skepticism that you have around building your business, like, oh, I probably can't really do that anyway. I'll never achieve that in this short period of time. I could never learn how to really market my business online. It just takes too much. I'm not techie, and I'm not willing to really put in that work. Okay, I want you to just take all of that out of the picture right now. That is not going to be your 2015. So you will not give up. Set high expectations for yourself. High expectations. Don't set the bar low and try to reach it. Set high expectations so that you know that you are working towards greatness. Everything you do, everything you attempt, everything you say, what you speak into existence is greatness. And last is to believe. You have to believe in yourself, your abilities, that you are capable of achieving whatever it is you want, and you will not give up on yourself. Because you're doing this for a bigger reason. You're creating for a bigger reason. And it's probably outside of you. I know the majority of what I do every single day is not for me. It's for my family. It's now for this little baby that I have growing inside of me. It's for her. What are you working towards? Why are you doing it? And why will you not give up? And that has to be a part of everything you do in 2015. All right, I'm done preaching. We're going to get into productivity, okay? So I know we're already running up to our hour, but we don't have that much more to go. So I want to get into productivity. This is the key. Being productive in your business is key to your success, because we can waste a lot of time doing other things. So what's killing your productivity? Be honest with yourself. What is killing your productivity in what you do every day? Is it emails? Like, are you checking your email every minute, every 5 minutes? once an hour. How many times do you check your email a day? It might be too many, because I know even for myself, sometimes I really need to check my emails maybe 2 or 3 times a day and not see it anymore, because that kills your productivity time. Is it social media? I know for so many of you, and I'm guilty, social media could be a time killer, right? A real serious time killer. If you're using social media to build and grow your business, that's being productive. If you're on Facebook and you're just scrolling through your newsfeed just to be scrolling, you're killing your productivity, because that is not going to help you build your business unless you're doing research for something, okay? You want to make sure you're being strategic in everything that you do. So apps on your phone, whether it's news apps or any of those crazy apps that really take up your time, you might want to put those away. And TV. I rarely watch TV. It is something that I try not to turn on unless I'm just trying to really check out and not think about anything too much. But so many of us watch so much TV that we're not doing anything truly productive. So you need to find your vice and what is possibly killing your productivity, and then get rid of it. That's the moral of the story. What's killing it, and then what do you need to do to get rid of it? Are you feeling overwhelmed? I think so many of us, when you start a business, or you might have been in your business for a few years now, but you probably still feel overwhelmed. And most people waste their time doing things that they don't need to be doing. That's why they feel so overwhelmed. First, you're overwhelmed with the strategizing and creating what you're doing in your business. You're overwhelmed with probably the amount of information that you get on a daily basis from all over the place. But then you're overwhelmed because you're doing the things that you don't need to be doing. And you're just wasting time. So you need to also think about what that time is that you waste, why you waste it, and how you can get rid of that so that you can decrease that feeling of being overwhelmed and not having enough time in the day to get what you need to get done. So we're going to get into IPAs, but really quick, how many of you are multitaskers? Think about it. I know so many of us are, including myself. You're over here writing a blog, trying to shoot a video, send an email, as well as chatting with people in Facebook chat. I mean, there's so many things that we try to do at one time, and that kills our productivity as well. And I am so guilty of it, and I work towards it every day to really get my to-do list down and focus on each task at hand. Respect those tasks and get them done. So you find yourself being able to do a lot more in less amount of time. And I'm going to give you a technique that I use every day that's a part of that. So I want you to start focusing on your IPAs. And what is an IPA? It's your income producing activities. So what are the activities that actually create income for you, or potentially will create income for you? And that's where you want to focus your time and energy. And a way for you to focus on your IPAs is to have a little chart. Now, I didn't create this chart. I got it from Brendan Burchard. He's one of my favorite people, but I saw a video he did probably maybe even 2 years ago. But he broke down this chart, and you'll see it on your worksheet as well, the 3 Ps. I live by the 3 Ps, and I have it on my whiteboard. It's projects, priorities, and people. So in the project section, it's like your bigger goals for the week or for the month. I usually do by the month. So I will put what some of my major projects are for, and put a date next to them, when I plan to release them, launch them, finish them by, that kind of stuff. And then on your priorities, it's about what you're doing that day, okay? What needs to be done that day so that you're reaching the goals for the projects that you have for the month. But every single day, you need to wipe your board or your list and check it off of what you're achieving every single day. And then people is divided into two lists. It's people that you are waiting to hear from. So it could be your designer or a writer who is writing a blog for you, or someone who's working on behalf of you that you need to hear from, or a client that you're waiting to hear back from. Who are those people that you need to hear back from so that you're not always thinking about them, but they're on your board? And then who are the people that you need to reach out to, right? So I need to reach out to Huffington Post because I'm going to submit a blog. I mean, those are not exactly a person, but you get the drift. You can put who you need to reach out to. I need to send an email to, I need to make a phone call to, so that you know exactly what you're doing each and every day. I really found this 3P method to really work for me over the years. I even made a video about it, so if you want to go check that out on YouTube, you can. But utilizing these 3Ps will help you keep your IPAs in order, as well as your goals to accomplish what you're trying to do every day and every month. And don't forget to delegate. Delegating is really important. Some of you are there in your business where you might have a VA, have an assistant, or someone that can help you out with certain aspects, but you need to know that you can do anything, but you can't do everything. My partner in life and business, he really helps me a lot. So there's some things that he's just better at, like Facebook ads and really the analytical side of marketing. So I delegate that stuff on my behalf to him because it'll take me too long to figure out and to do. And so it's important for you to figure out how you can delegate some of those tasks that you may just not be great at and could be wasting your time. And so in 2015, really focus on that. If you don't have someone in your life that you could delegate to, or you don't have a VA or someone just yet, it goes back to what's killing your productivity then, and if you can't delegate at the moment, make sure you're delegating to yourself what actually needs to be done and what can be let go. All right, and so the next step is to plan and strategize. Plan and strategize everything. Everything. Because if you're not strategizing, you're leaving a lot of loose ends on the table. So when it comes to creating an offer and promoting it, creating an opt-in, a freebie, landing a new client, putting out a new campaign, whatever it may be, you need to be strategic in what you're doing. Once you know what you have to do and what you want, it's important to create that plan and then the strategy to make it come to life, right? So that's what you focus on. And then when you create the strategy, and some of you may be like, what's the strategy? If you don't have a strategy for what you're doing, that's your first step, all right? I help my clients strategize what they're up to and how they can get things done efficiently. If you know that's the kind of help you need, then you need to reach out to someone that will help you do that if you're not able to do it on your own. It's a very, very important element of planning out your business and what needs to be done. So once you decide on what your strategy is going to be, you need to move forward with it. Don't sit on the decisions that you make. All right, that's huge, huge. You need to make decisions and need to make decisions quickly. All right, because I believe that success lies on the border of decision making and action taking. That's probably one of the favorite quotes I think I came up with. I'm pretty sure I didn't get that from nowhere. I came up with that quote, that success lies on the border of decision making and action taking. So as you plan and you strategize, you need to implement right away. Do not wait till 5 months from now, okay? Even if you planned your whole year, you need to be working on each individual goal every single time, planning and strategizing your next steps. All right. So we have covered a lot of ground here today, and I hope you guys are still with me. We're going to be wrapping up because I promise we won't be on too much longer than an hour. But I really wanted you to take away from this hangout how to have that quantum leap. What are some of the key focal things you need to focus on in 2015? How to be a little more productive, what you need to think about on a day-to-day basis in order to do that. But when it all comes down to it, what holds us back a lot of the time is fear, right? So we might write our goals out. We might be pumped that it's a new year. We're just ready to take it to the next level. But then there's something that creeps up inside of you and even subconsciously that doesn't allow you to move to where you want to go. And that is what we call fear. So know that fear is primal, right? Fear is and put in us for a reason because it keeps us safe from harm's way. And the fear that we often have in our business is our own personal fears of getting hurt or getting rejected. So, does fear hold you back from achieving your goals and really making that quantum leap or taking that big step in your business? What do you think? That fear just may be the culprit, right? And so, when it comes to fear, there are certain things that you have to think about. And I've recently done a lot of fear work with myself just in the last couple of months because I too had to figure out what was holding me back in what I was trying to achieve. So, how does fear show up for you? There are 6 possibilities of how fear might show up for you. The first is negative thinking, and negative speaking will creep in. So those thoughts that you hear in your mind, those self-limiting beliefs, is your own fear of being outside of your comfort zone and doing something else. There's an emotional pain body that could even be activated. Like, have you ever wanted to take a step, like you wanted to go somewhere, but you were kind of fearful about it, and all of a sudden you got random body aches? That happens too. So, like in number 3, you'll experience physical pain that will stop you from moving forward. And you might get a headache, you might get nauseous. There's a lot of things that can occur physically inside of you that will hold you back from doing something that you want to do. Maybe it's difficult to stay focused on your intentions. So you're easily distracted. And that was huge for me earlier this year. I could not stay focused for nothing. I could keep my clients focused, but I couldn't stay focused, right? I was all over the place trying to do too many things. And I had to think, why was I doing that? Why couldn't I just focus on one thing? And a lot of you mentioned, even in the comments, and the people tell me all the time, I have so many ideas. I have so many ideas, so many things I want to do, and you're trying to do them all. And you find that you never quite reach a goal in any one of those things because you're not dedicating the time and effort necessary to getting it done. And that actually may not be the multitasker in you or the overly creative person in you. It's really the fear that you may not achieve any one of those things, so you try to do them all. Does that resonate with anyone on the line right now, that you do so many things just because you may think subconsciously, maybe not on the conscious level, but subconsciously, that you can't really achieve any one of those things by itself, so you try to do as many things as possible. Number 5 is situations will arise around you that take your energy and attention. So that could be like family and friends distracting you and you allowing it. So people calling upon you and like, oh, I really need to talk to you today, or I really need this, or I really need that. And you're like, okay. And you decide to take yourself away from what you're doing in order to really help them. Now, obviously, every situation is different. But if you're allowing that to happen all the time, it could be fear that you just are putting off what you know you should be doing and catering to other people. And number 6, other people will say things like, that's not possible, and you can't do it, and you believe it. And that happens so often. Do we get shut down by our family and friends and people that are even most closest to us that don't believe that we can do what we want to do? And it's disheartening, I know. But you have to step outside of that fear zone and know that you can do it and you can achieve it. So the next part of this fear is the 9 core fears. And I want you to really think about it, because on your worksheet, I want you to choose which core fear you resonate with the most. Is it the fear of being judged as wrong, bad, or imperfect? Is it the fear of being worthless, unworthy, the need, or inconsequential? That shows up for a lot of people. Is it the fear of failure and being incompetent or unable to do something? Is it the fear of being abandoned or ignored because you are doing something that no one else around you believes in or is doing, and you're afraid that they'll just walk away? Is the fear of being overwhelmed? That's an actual fear. We don't, although we're often overwhelmed with so many things, we don't want to be overwhelmed. And that feeling alone will make you try to keep things, on the safe side. Is it fear itself and being alone or being blamed? Is it the fear of missing out on something or feeling limited? Is fear showing up in weakness and vulnerability? Not wanting to put yourself out there to be seen? I've talked to several people over the last week or so that really hasn't put themselves in the position to be visible for them to take their business to the next level because they're afraid of being vulnerable, of people seeing them, and they're afraid of being incompetent, that number 3, that people won't take them seriously. And the last fear is the fear of being unlovable, shut out, or inharmonious. Which core fear plagues you? Think about it and write it down. When it comes to fear and getting over our fears, it's important for us to deal with it. Not fight it, not pretend like it doesn't exist. Like I laugh in the face of fear is always a good one. But being fearless, none of us are truly fearless. Fear will come up often, but we can go and move in such a way that is perceived as fearless or creates the persona to ourselves that we are not allowing fear to get in the way of our goals and of our dreams and what we want to do. And that's something that you can take with you into 2015. What is the thing that's holding me back? And is it fear that's holding me back from doing it? Like I said, a few months ago, I had to face the music and really think about why I wasn't achieving exactly what I wanted. And it came down to fear. I didn't even think it was fear because I really take on the persona as being fearless, and I've done a lot and I do a lot of things, and I'm not scared of anything in particular. But something was holding me back from doing the thing that I know that I needed to do. Remember earlier I said, what's the thing that you've never done that you know you need to do? And I knew that I needed to start doing more webinars and live calls and live trainings, but I wasn't doing it. And why? It's not because I have a fear of speaking, clearly, or a fear of being in front of people or being on video. But I think the underlining thing was that I knew every time I put myself out here like this, like I'm doing right now, that the people who are on the line listening to me have a moment to judge. You all have a moment to judge me on so many levels, on how I sound, what I'm saying, on my content. Am I smart enough? Can I deliver this the way that they wanted it to be delivered? Will they want to work with me? Will they not want to work with me? I mean, all these things and doubts plague you. And what I found was that's why I wasn't putting myself out there even more to be seen, although I have no problem being seen. And I had to face the music, do some deep digging work in myself, and really come up with why those fears are sticking with me and what I needed to do to overcome them. And that's what I've spent the last few months working on. So I put myself out there to do more live things and to face that fear, because that's the only way that you get over it is by dealing with it, not resisting it, but dealing with it and moving forward. Oh, so I guess I don't have that other slide. Okay, So I meant to have another slide in there, but this pretty much wraps up this hangout. But what I wanted to ask you is, what are you going to do over the next 60 to 90 days? And that's on your worksheet as well. What is it that you are going to do? What is your game plan to take that quantum leap, to be more productive, to delegate, to conquer those fears, to set those intentions in order to really have a year that you want? Who do you need to reach out to? What do you need to learn? All of those are questions that need to be answered. And I would be more than happy to talk to you about anything that you may need to help you grow and advance in your business. If you're thinking about joining Ignite Your Vision because you know that you need to position yourself in the online space to really start making the money that you want, to being seen and being visible, I would love to talk to you more about that to see if that is a fit for where you are in your business and where you're trying to go. And whether or not you may just need a strategy session or a moment to really just dig deep, and that's it. But whatever it is that you need, if I can help you, I would love the opportunity to. So you can head over to livewithtiffany.com, which you're probably already on, and in that contact box that should have popped up a few times, you can schedule some type of complimentary call with me or a 15-minute program powwow so that we can really see what it is that you need to achieve your goals for 2015. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of screen share. Okay, stop. All right, so how was that, guys? We only went slightly over an hour, and I really tried to keep that under an hour, but I would love to take some time to answer any questions that you guys may have. So I'm going to head over to the chat box right now. If you have questions about anything that I said today, or just about goal setting or anything in particular, you can start writing your questions in the chat right now. And I'll go back to see if there's anything. And for some reason, it's not even there. Okay, that's weird. Not sure what happened, but I just refreshed this chat page and it looks like any questions that you may have had disappeared. Great. So what I'll do is also open the chat box on Google, because maybe that's what I need to do. So if you, so weird. This whole chat thing is not working out for me because it said it needs to be, my feature has been disabled. Okay. Do me a favor, someone who is on the line, write something to me. I'm just going to say hi. And see what happens and what comes up, because I don't know why it's not working. Okay, so I see that I said hi, ask a question. So if you are still on that page and you have a question for me, go ahead and put it in now because I want to be able to see it. I'll just take a few minutes to do that for those of you that may have something that you want to share, a takeaway from today's hangout, whatever that may be. I'll also open my Facebook up. So if you find that you can't ask your question in there and you're in the visionary tribe or you're friends with me and have a message, you can ask your question there as well. If I don't see anything in the next 1 minute, I'm gonna let you guys go because I know it is New Year's Eve and you have a lot of goal setting to do and conquering for 2015, right? Indeed. So let's see. Anything? Anyone? Okay. I see people are saying hi. Hello, hello, hello. Do you guys have any questions? I'm gonna have to find a more efficient way to use this chat box because it is not working out for me today. All right, like I said, I'll stay on for another minute and see if anything comes through. I'll keep refreshing the page and seeing what happens. But if you do have any questions that we don't get to today, right now, live, be sure to ask me via Facebook. Many of you are on Facebook. Shoot me an email. You can reach me at info@livewithtiffany.com if you have any particular questions, or head to my website and sign up for a complimentary session to chat with me so that we can help you grow your business in 2015. Refresh one more time. Okay. How do you be more visible on Facebook? Thank you. So Facebook is its own strategy. There are so many things that you can do on Facebook, from your own fan page, which really has become more of a pain in the last year because of all the algorithm changes. So even if you have a business fan page, you may not be seen as much as you thought because your post isn't reaching your total audience. So without utilizing Facebook ads, which is really a great way to be seen. If you use Facebook ads to boost your posts, to invite people to join you for webinars or opt-ins, utilizing Facebook ads is definitely something that I suggest, because not only will that allow you to be seen on Facebook, but it also will take them off of Facebook and either to your website or somewhere that you want people to go. Utilizing groups, either by creating your own tribe in your own group if you're ready to do that, or really participating in any group that you're in. So I know there's so many of you that are in the Visionary Tribe, my personal tribe, but you're also in a lot of other groups as well. And so if you want to be more visible and put yourself and your expertise out there, it's really about communicating within those groups and helping and sharing. But those are a few ways for you to really start being visible on Facebook. Hope that helped. Obviously, there's a whole strategy behind what you can do on Facebook, but those are just a few of my suggestions. Okay. Here. Thank you, Charity. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being on. All right, so another question. Do you have any advice or action? I was thinking at steps for building your platform or tribe prior to a product launch. And how much time should you plan to promote prior to the launch? Okay, well, some actionable steps that you can take to really start building your platform is to, let's see, it really depends on where you are in your business, and so that would help me if I knew exactly what you're already working with. But let's just say you don't have a tribe just yet and you're really starting out for the first time and you're looking to launch. It's going to be about building your list. All right, building your list is going to be one of the most important, because that's going to help you become more visible and help you build a tribe of people who are interested in what you have to share and the product that you're trying to launch. So you need to create some kind of opt-in offer or a freebie, whether that's an ebook, a checklist, a video training series, something that is short and tangible that aligns with where your product or program is going, that will attract those individuals that need what you have to offer. And as you build that list out, you have your sequence set up to promote to them on the list, but it'll also help you build genuine interest in who you are and what you have to offer. When it comes to actually launching, launches can vary, usually about, I guess, the actual launch, maybe under a month, maybe 2 to 4 weeks of being in launch. But the pre-launch, which is building your list, holding webinars, teleclasses and getting the information out there and providing a lot of value, I would say could be anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks in the process. It doesn't have to be that long, but it really depends on what you're already working with. You could just have a flash launch and put something out in a day or two. If you already have an established audience and a list already built, you could do that. If you're brand new, then it'll take you a little bit of time to build up your platform and have people learn to like you and trust you and know that what you have to offer them is of value to them and where they're trying to go in their business. I hope that helped. Like I said, it's really when it comes to product launches, timelines vary really depending on who you are and where you are in your business and how many people you have that's following you and is a part of your tribe. Do I have any other questions? Last question. Anybody, anything? Go for it. All right. If I do not have any more questions, I really, really appreciate all of you that have stayed on for this hour and 15 minutes that we've been on for, to really jumpstart and kick your 2015 into high gear. Thank you for spending New Year's Eve with me and really participating. And I hope that I was able to inspire you into action so that you can start achieving what you want. Because really, it's just about making the decision, right? Deciding that this year is my year, tomorrow is my day, and I'm going to put in the effort necessary to get it done. So I look forward to being with you all more in 2015 and providing more value and doing more training. So thank you so much for being on with me today. Have an awesome New Year's Eve and Happy New Year, and I will see you all in 2015. Good luck.